Hi there, I'm Adrian, and today I want to show you how to play a great little James Burton solo. I've been a James Burton fan for a long time and I've learned an awful lot from his playing over the years, but up until recently I wasn't familiar with this particular solo. It's taken from a song called It's Up to You, which is from the earlier part of James Burton's career when he was playing with Ricky Nelson, and I just think it's a perfectly formed little solo. It's melodic, it's beautifully phrased, and I think by James Burton standards it's quite an easy one to play. It's not a kind of a country chicken picking chops fest like some of his solos can be. So I think in that sense it's really well suited to players who are more towards the beginner end of the spectrum. Though having said that, I think you more advanced players can probably get a lot from this solo as well, just in terms of the melody and the phrasing and the way that it's perfectly suited to the song. So let's get down to it and let me show you how to play it. Let me start by just playing the solo for you one more time up close. There we go, and let's just get our bearings to start with then. We're in the key of D and the solo is played over this chord progression, quite a simple chord progression in D. We've got a D chord, B minor, G, A, D, and that progression is then just repeated. So it's a 1-6-4-5 progression in the key of D, and the solo is played almost exclusively with notes taken from the D major pentatonic scale, which is this scale here. I'm just playing that up there in the 7th position. Some of you might be more familiar with those notes as the B minor pentatonic scale. That's just the relative minor to D major. It's exactly the same scale shape, and those two scales share the same notes, so if you prefer to come at it from that angle then you can do. So it might help just to visualize that scale shape as you're learning this solo. We've got the first position of that scale, and then we can just slide up into that little box in the next position, and that's a move which happens quite frequently in this solo. So let's go through the solo then. I'm just going to break it down into little chunks and phrases. Let's try the first bit, which goes like this. So starting off 7 to 9 on the D string, and then 7 on the G, and then sliding from 9 to 11 on the G string. I think I prefer to do that slide with my second finger. Just leaves me in position for the notes that are coming up. Then I'm playing the 10th fret on the top string, and if you want to play this in the true James Burton style, then you're going to want to use a bit of pick and fingers hybrid style picking. So I'm playing the 9 to 11 with the pick, and then I'm plucking the top string with the middle finger of my picking hand, and that just gives it that nice little country snap on that top note. Then the phrase continues like this. We've got 12 to 10 on the B string, 11 on the G, and then we're sliding up from 12 to 14 on the B. That 14th fret note there, that C sharp, is the one note in the solo which isn't in the D major pentatonic scale, but it is in the D major scale, and it just gives an extra little bit of melody to the solo, I think. So that's the first phrase. Notice rhythmically that we're coming in with 3 pickup notes, so we're coming in on the upbeat of 3. I think it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. And then the solo continues like this. We've got so we've just played this C sharp note at the 14th fret, and we're going to slide back again like that. So sliding from 14 to 12, pulling off to the 10th fret, just picking the string once, sliding and then pulling off. Then we've got 12 to 10 on the same string, 11 on the G, 10 on the B. Then we're sliding down back to the 7th position, so sliding from 11 to 9 on the G, then 7 on the G. Then we've got more of this sort of sliding 9 to 11 on the G, plucking that 10th fret note on the top string again, and then sliding back again 11 to 9 on the G, and then playing 7th fret on the G. So from that high slide we've got that's really the first half of the solo. So if I put all of that together, we've got 1, 2, 3. Like so. I will write this out in Music and Tab and put it up on my website, so you might want to sort of check that out. I'll put a link to that underneath this video. But on into the second half of the solo then, we've got this 7 to 9 on the D, and then 7 on the G, and then we're sliding 9 to 11 on the G again, and this time it's 10th fret on the B string, and then sliding back 11 to 9 on the G and 7 on the G. So it's and that's coming in on the and of 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then we've got 10th fret on the top string, then 7th fret on the top string to 10 on the B. And now we've got some bending. I think this is probably the most challenging part of this solo, just getting these bends sounding good and accurate. We're bending the 9th fret on the G. That's a 2 fret bend. Then we're playing the 7th fret on the top string. Again, hybrid picking here, so bend with the pick, and then plucking the top string with the middle finger on your right hand. You can do all of this with the pick, of course. I think it's a bit more authentically James Burton if you do it pick and fingers. So we got the bend, top string, then we're bending again the same note, then we're playing that 9th fret note unbent, and then we're picking it again, bending and releasing it. So just from that first bend we've got, so it's bend, top string, bend again, and then it's playing the unbent note, bend and release. It helps if you just listen to the recording, I think, just to get the feel of that and the rhythm of that. Then we're continuing. We've got the 7th fret on the G string, 9th fret on the D twice, 7th fret on the G, back to the 9th fret on the D, and back to the 7th fret on the G. So if I just take it from the start of that phrase slowly, I hope you'll see how that all fits together. We've got so 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and lovely little phrase, that one. Really nicely controlled and articulated bending in that. And then we're on into the last bit of the solo. We've got this. So hammer on from 7 to 9 on the D, 7 on the G, that 9 to 11 slide on the G again, 10th fret on the B, sliding back 11 to 9 on the G, then playing the 7th fret on the G, and then the very last little phrase is just this. which is we've had that little lick before. So 9 to 11 on the G, 10th fret on the top string, then sliding back 11 to 9 and 7th fret on the G. That's the whole solo. I'll play it for you slowly one more time. And then up to speed. Well, that's it for this lesson. I really hope you enjoy learning to play this solo. I will be putting the music and the tab to this solo up on my website, so you might want to check that out as well. And this lesson has actually put me in the mood for some more James Burton. So the next lesson that I'm about to film, I'm going to be looking at the solo from Fools Rush In, which is another Ricky Nelson track and another classic James Burton solo. This one a bit more challenging technically than the one we just looked at. So if you've enjoyed learning this solo, you might want to check out that lesson as well. But until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.